thought we would be stopping there. Can we get off? No? At least not yet. Oh wait, maybe I can. Off. Oh, there we go. That makes such a strange face. Why am I here? I bet you're surprised, right? I'm here to get rid of the humans that are in the way. Aren't you a human? Don't you work for us? What the hell? Bruce, are you gonna get in the way? If so, I guess I'll have to get rid of you, but killing humans who don't die is much fun. You know what I mean, right? You don't understand. It's fine, don't worry about it. Anyway, have you seen Kusabi? I have to kill that guy. I thought I saw him get on the train earlier, so I was going to ambush him here, but then I would have shot you, Bruce. That was very dangerous. Are you here to turn people into murderers? What am I saying? We're already murderers, aren't we? But I really did love Morikawa. Go ahead, shoot. Oh, we did. I think we need to deal with Tetsu first. Is she invincible as well? She said people who don't die. I came after you because I was worried. Let's go, Bruce. Natsume? Harakiri Batting Center. 9 PM. Who's left? Beasts. There's not many people left alive, right? Is Hachisuka still alive? Did that bullet to the brain kill her? Because I'm not sure, to be honest. Oh, what's this now? To be called on by such an unusual person. The situation must have taken a turn for the better. I'll be happier if it were some reward or something, but anyway, how goes it? Mad nobleman Morichika Nakatagawa of the Frontier faction? You know your stuff. That'll shorten your lifespan, you know. Once you know too much. Well, knowing a lot is how I pay the rent. Besides, people are the ones who feed off of affairs, scandals, and rumors, no matter their age or sex. I'm not wrong, am I? You're not even close to being useful. Depending on what happens today, I may dispose of you. Understand? No sense of excitement, huh? If you tell me that from the get-go, then it's just no fun, is it? I've never been one for the melodramatic. Let's just hurry this up. Talk or die. Pick one. You're TRO, right? Was I? Maybe. Wait a sec. Just kidding, just kidding. Where did Kusabi and the rest go? I know you know. I think they went to your guys' hideout. That familiar place where 20 years were spent in silence. Excuse me. Well, what did Kusabi know about? Morikawa, was it? The guy who went off ahead. Morikawa. Thanks. Well, now I guess I can go, huh? That won't work. I thought so. In most cases, I'd be killed. Yes. Not again. Can you pull the trigger? Don't worry. You're my 21st. You keep count? I'm very methodical. Is that something you say about yourself? Show off your strong points. That's the key to success. Just like everyone says, quite the eccentric. I don't want to hear that from you. A creep who feeds on the lives of young women. You talking to yourself? Or to me? Ayame Maspro stole those girls' futures. Those future away from her. An enemy of women is also my enemy. So you're a feminist. I'm the secretary for the International Feminist Confederation. Seriously? Either way, I cannot forgive you for that. I picked the wrong target, huh? In this case, there is no TRO, CCO, or FSO. There's no border between adversaries and allies 20 years ago. You could call it an illusion. Things like factions have no specific shape. You just buy a person's will with money. The revolutionary patriots that came before us were just old men now. These old men just feed on empty theories. We're losing pieces to this game. And that is why we should take away their wealth. What are you saying? That there was a traitor? That's why Ayame knew? You still don't get it. There are no traitors. Then, Ayame Maspero, codename Elbow. I saw the draft. And I signed it. It can't be. I told you before. You're quite slow on the uptake, aren't you? There's no TRO, no CCO, and no FSO. From the very beginning, there were no factions. It's all part of one big group. If you hadn't planned Project Elbow, then there would have been nothing to carry out. And that's what pisses me off. You were behind it all. Me. I'm just another pawn. Someone else is at the top. Then who is it? I'm tired of talking. Do you have any last words? I was Kamui's. It's too late. Is all of that idiot's story true? This idiot's story true? Chief? Most of it, probably. These people only know your face and the leader's face. They're just fighting without knowing who was pulling the strings. But in the file, the tech faction and civic faction don't fall for what you see in a file. Formal records and official announcements, they're all one big trick. Forgeries and fake evidence are par for the course. So now what? These guys are just... they're worker bees. The type of people that can't continue living without someone to fight against. Chief, what do we do next? You're going after the silver case, right? No one cares for your opinion on this. So don't do anything stupid. Let me handle it. Next is Kusabi, right? Right? He's connected to the silver case, isn't he? Who else is there? Shut it, kid. Tetsu, I'm leaving it up to you. You killed that one as well? Fucking hell. It's a fucking bloodbath up in here. These batting cages, Jesus. Do kids come here? Because I don't think that's appropriate. There's a lot of murder going on around here. Let's move in. "20 years ago, human testing projects took place in the shelter environment here. The government created the new International Environment Agency as a scapegoat. One part of that generation raised the flag to the cultivation of the new human. The International Environment Agency. To most, they seem to be working for the protection of nature and the environment, but they were also working to improve the human condition. That is to say, they wanted to improve the lives of those living in the wards. But below the surface, they were removing ward restrictions who were deemed unsuitable. After checking for ward residents with a high propensity for criminal behaviour, they would turn these people into data, searching them out and slowly take over. This unbelievable plan was executed over the course of 20 years. Those living within the 24 wards right now are its most suitable residents. All of the instrument necessary to the prevention of crime is in the 24 wards is the Heinous Crimes Unit. You will remember, the Special Forces Unit my father supervised was another part. The goal of this agency was to dispose of negative elements, and an experiment that was used to assert absolute control over the 24 wards. And they were not only involved in elimination, they also had a hand in raising and educating kids. That was the Shelter Kids policy. The location we are heading to now is ground zero for this entire operation. This is where most of the children live until they're released into society. In the last 4 years of this plan, 1,440 children have been released out into various ways of life. They lead normal lives while being controlled. They live at the central organization while being controlled. They use the samples, then go from being controlled to being set free where they control their lives on their own. For some of them, their names are erased and they're assigned to the Special Forces. They're placed under the control of the Central PD. All memories of their past are erased. It's different than the goal from Kamui. These samples are for the research and development of criminal power. It's a tragedy. To control life like that, making Kamui believe he has something to live for when actually there's nothing. That's what we are, right? Yeah, that's you. Bruce. You're a human that's been manufactured. That's why we were in a vegetative state at the start. Kamui doesn't exist within the realities of the residents. He's a manufactured human, like yourself. To be more precise, you were Kamui too. The stock for Kamui are the Shelter Kids. Even if Kamui is destroyed, Kamui's life isn't over. There are plenty left to inherit his legacy. Even if all the stock is destroyed, Kamui won't disappear. If the next generation of stock is born, then Kamui will be reborn. And not only Kamui, there is another policy in effect. Kamui is the male stock unit. There is a female unit that exists as well. Ayame Masporo. That's right. The Ayame serial murderer that confined Kamui is Ayame. That girl is a sample Ayame. There is a stockpile of 1,440 girls. The 3 women she killed were also Ayame. The Chizuru who I killed was also Ayame. She was sacrificed to a sacrifice of her father, Mayor Hachisuka, and was their first subject of the experiment, and I too am also. This just gets crazier and crazier. Jesus Christ. I'm glad it's all coming together though, I guess. That's fucking nuts though. Shelter Plaza. Bowling. This is our hometown. We don't have memories of this place, but we spent about 4 years living here. 4 years after you guys were sent out as the Kamui generation, the Ayame generation was sent in here. My father told me, I will likely be killed by someone raised here. It seems my father wanted to be killed by Ayame. And so that's how things became what they are. The top of this shelter is a TV tower that overlooks all of the 24 wards. It's a tough tower. The ones with all the power created it as a symbol of control. If you open the path, then the shelter is the key. It's likely a video game. It's like a video game, you know? In some ways it does resemble a game. By bearing the responsibility for such an unnatural upbringing, that itself becomes a game. From here on, please continue alone, Kamui. But I want you to come with me. Contact point. Oh, I need to go down. Whoops. Magazine! Fuck yeah! Kuriyami dance. Well, I'm satisfied now. Contact point. Huh? Residential area. Triangle Tower 1. There's a lot of towers to get through. Page 5. The process for ocular silverization is to be discovered and controlled. This is the main goal of the current plan. KM and AM are not at all experimental. All employees should stay vigilant and keep going about their duties. Shelter Kids Policy, Implementation Office, Administrator, Kaiji Inzawa. Report. From the inspection implemented after the shelter-wide tests the other day, in which the HEART team had a concentration of reactive members, the Education Administration Office and General Administration Office sent orders to revise the manual. Details will be decided upon tomorrow. Page 2. Regarding the process progress, the male children with positive genes who were gathered are split into 4 groups, and each group consumes an individually tailored curriculum. The results for each group are compared, and the most effective curriculum is expanded. Also, high result groups are provided with concentrated education. For details on the curriculum, see attached Sheet A chart on page 78. Page 1. The significant difference detected in Kamui Uehara's cellular age is not due to a problem with the equipment. Kamui Uehara, referred to as K below, his left eyeball DNA test result confirmed that said eyeball is not K's own. Okay, note. Page 5. Addition 2. Administrators R2 with regards to curriculum and education ensure that there are no mistakes and that there are no problems in the system. If this cannot be done, then in accordance with the Superior's decision, administrators may be processed without warning. This must be remembered at all times. What does processed mean? Page 1. Ayame Masporo, AM, is to strive for the ocular silverization that KM could not achieve. Important data gathered from KM shall be used as a basis for administration. Page 2. According to records left in personnel management notes, when K was 2 years old, he received a transplant for his left eyeball. At this time, the transplanted left eyeball was said not to have been that of a primate, but it is still unknown exactly what the said eyeball came from. Report. It has been confirmed that there is no large difference in eyeball response rate between genders. This project is considered to be complete and will finish as of 11 PM tomorrow. Also, all related documents are to be destroyed by that time. Also, the security force shall handle processing of all employees under level B. Report. Administrator room. No possible ocular subjects. No changes in physical suitability. However, slight drops in immune system have been found. In accordance with item 88, the following have been found to have reached their limit. Number 00987 and number 00989. Notification. With the start of this project, former project members are to report to the administration office meeting room by 5:30 tomorrow. Notice. Tomorrow is cleaning day. Be sure not to lose your stuff while cleaning up. Step 92 Educational Direction. Today's job. Draw whatever picture you like in the sketchbook you receive from the teacher. Keep drawing until the teacher says to stop. When finished, show the teacher and receive a sticker. Usually it's there, but not this time. Oh. Well, we found a dead guy. I mean, I wasn't looking for a dead guy. Well, we found a dead guy. I didn't see what guy that was, and I find that people's shape in this visual novel, their look changes so dramatically from scene to scene that it's really hard to keep up. Except for Morikawa, right? He's pretty consistent, but everybody else, not so much. Especially Tetsu, really not consistent. Oh, we got maybe another side thing. Corpse again? That's the fucking journalist guy. Aha! Corpse time. Which one are you? It's so hard to tell. And everybody died before we even got here, so, you know. Ah, here we go. Who was it this time? Are they just Kamuis, are they? Are they just copies of me? Well, we're done here. Let's get the fuck out of here. I don't know what happens now that we've activated all the things, but I'll bring you back once we're back at the control panel. Alright, now what? What do you say, control panel? Help me out. Yes. 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 5. Right? That's the middle one. 5? 5. Let's do it. Oh, another corpse. Lovely. No. Tetsu. This world was engraved in Kamui's mind. This is the 20-year curse that haunted him. But that's normal, as far as this unbelievable story is concerned. Besides, you know, idiot. But real people forced to live in a place like this. It's unnerving knowing that someone could get used to it. But living in a strange place like the 24 Wards, and to be surrounded by these weird environments, places like this aren't so far-fetched. I mean, really. They call this underworld a huge crime that has nothing to do with this actual place. The problem is the business of the organizations. But, seeing as things have turned out like this, if you were to ask me, what's the point of the work I do? I wouldn't feel bitter. More like, at peace, I guess. Like how you feel when a cool breeze flows by. It's a pleasant feeling. At least 4 old guys like me. 4 old guys like me. Not 4, not 4. 4. I don't have a fire to fuel my anger. Just putting on this carefree front is the natural way of it. And well, if you'd asked me what to do now, we find our enemy and we take him out. Look at the dead bodies of these murderers. These guys were residents. And now they've died in the place that they once called home. This is the end of the road for the stock. I guess you could call it a safety measure. These dummies are necessary when going from one Kamui to the next. And what do you think would happen if you were to kill them? There would be no buffer when going to the next Kamui. There would be nothing. There would be just fewer Kamuis. Every time a new Kamui appears, there should always be something akin to a ceremonial custom. Enormous amounts of information must be sent out, to the extent of whatever the communication method can handle. And that's not a simple process. We're talking about getting an injection of a very complex source. And that's why the next Kamui would come here. And those Trump guys are the guard dogs. And they're the ones who protect Kamui. And that's why I killed them. So they wouldn't get in the way. I have to meet the next Kamui. I want him to show himself before me. I want to be face to face with Kamui. Glad you can make it, Kamui. This place was created for fun by the elder members as a symbol of political power. It took in large amounts of tainted money. It was like a luxurious elderly home. And then 20 years ago, the silver case occurred in the very same location, and it was carried out by a hitman called Kamui. This Kamui was the original form of Kamui, the perpetrator, Kamui Uehara. He was called the format Kamui. He was the trump card of the FSO, Frontier Conservative Party. He went to the radical TRO and CCO Tech Civic Reform Alliance, where all their most important leaders gathered. He snuck into the TV tower all alone and killed every one of the elders, a high-powered pistol in each hand. He just stood there in a river of blood. And so I shot and killed him. Uehara didn't put up any kind of resistance. He just smiled. That is a silver case. The only ones that know the truth are me, the old man, and Munakata. Sorry. The man known as Kamui Uehara was real. But his birth record wasn't even on the government's host. Maybe Uehara was never a human after all. That's what I've been thinking recently. But I don't understand. Silver was never made public. After that case, the TV tower was closed. It became a tower run completely by computer, no people. Simply put, it was changed into a relay tower. All the young folks were excited, like it was some kind of date spot. However, there was one door I couldn't open. I shot it, but it never budged an inch. He didn't seem to mind at all. What the fuck was that? Well, I'm sure I'll understand soon. Okay. Rooftop graveyard. Okay, weird. A graveyard filled with the elderly. Kamui. There's no going back. What do I need to do here? Nothing happens. Oh, I see. So there's symbols on it, and on the through the telescope you see them as well. I'm not sure that's helpful. Is that helpful? Well, I'll keep wandering around until I figure it out, and then I'll bring you back, I suppose, like usual. Oh, it worked this time. Okay, okay. So it was 9871. I wrote them down, and then I tried it, and it didn't work. I don't know. 9871, that's the puzzle. If you're doing this, that's how you do it. Okay. Good. Let's go, shall we? Oh my god, I have to go the other way. Don't get tense, Kamui. Just relax. Not easy when I know that there's a good chance that I'll die here. Not easy at all. Hello. Are you fucking done? Don't tell me you're one of the hackers from, like, chapter 2 or whatever that old man was talking to. Black box. We finally made it here after 20 years. Kamui. Nah, I'll just keep calling you Big Dick. No matter whether you do or don't become Kamui, it's up to you. Yeah, I'll pass. Thanks. So what do you do? If you kill him, you can release yourself from this curse. Will you live by killing your past? Or will you die clinging to your past? Can you keep moving forward? Can you live after facing your true self? Decide here and now, Big Dick. You were born with a set of balls, so keep living like it means something. Pull the trigger on the devil's gun. Destroy the darkness. Seize the light. Who the fuck is he, though? Can I at least know his name before I murder him? It's finished. Anything and everything. I just want to go to fuck home. Just a little longer, Akemi. Been a while since I heard that noise. December 25th, 1999, Saturday. Harakiri Batting Center. It's Christmas. 6:28 a.m. Grand Slam. That was a close one. What happened to Bruce? Bruce? Was there someone by that name? I forget. Looks like the mystery was solved. Guess Kamui never existed. Nope, he's alive. Inside Bruce? It's not as romantic as you're making it out to be. It's just fate. Guess it's like the rumors said, so Bruce is the format Kamui. I don't know about that shit. But maybe this Kamui Uehara is the total sum of everyone else's existence. Since so many others were sacrificed for him. There were probably many more who were never rewarded. Maybe he inherited Kamui so that the memories of his youth wouldn't be forgotten. What do you think? Tetsu, there's such a thing as knowing too much. You're a nice guy, alright? I know. Yeah, I understand. There, satisfied? Isn't that right, Bruce? I've been thinking. What if you'd been in a terrible environment? Or if there'd been some problem with your upbringing? Then it really wouldn't be your fault completely. I mean, I'm in no position to talk, but there are a lot of crimes, guilt, and flaws. And these are things that you can just erase away. Definitely not one's shadows. Easing one's memory is cheating, of course. Erasing, sorry. They say people are equal, right? That means we all have the same terms. And there are shadows that you can't just erase away. There are footprints to the shadows written in ink. For me and for you. It doesn't matter if your name is Kusabi, Bruce, or Kamui. There's a spirit that resides in us all. And within that spirit is the light of possibility. There is no distinction there. If it takes some time, the light is there. There are even lights with shortcuts. But the light will never change. Light and shadow exist in harmony. And that's why it's up to you. Facing the shadows. Facing the light. Don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about good and evil. I'm talking about a light that can be grasped by anyone. A light that brings along the shadows. Kill the shadow and give birth to the light. Find the light within your spirit. Seize that fucking light, Bruce. Shall do, Tetsu. How motivational. Didn't expect it to end so motivationally. You know, after everybody, died and shit. that's the end of that chapter. That took me 2 fucking hours, but it won't be that long once I cut out all the messing around in the towers. I'll probably just cut to the corpses and the control panel, and that's it. And that'll save us like half an hour, so probably be like 3 episodes for this one. That's the end of the main story, I suppose, but we also have the case files, which we'll come back to tomorrow, so I hope you're looking forward to that. Hopefully that will work out some more of the story details, although, you know, most of it I get now, kind of, mostly, until the end there, and then it got really hard to follow again. But, you know, I'm a bit too dumb for this kind of thing. But, you know, we'll hit up report 1 in the next one. So that'll be fun. Till then, thanks for watching, Press, and I'll see you in the next one.